If you believe kindness still has the power to change lives, then don't scroll away, because what you're about to hear will make you feel it deep in your heart. And if it touches you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more stories that remind you how powerful a single act of compassion can be. It all began one ordinary morning, the kind of morning that didn't seem special at all. The sun was only beginning to rise over the small town of Maplewood, the streets were quiet except for the sound of coffee cups clinking in a corner cafe, and Daniel Carter, a single dad in his mid-30s, was rushing to drop his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, off at school before heading to his construction job. Life hadn't been easy for Daniel. His wife, Emily, had passed away 4 years ago after a long battle with cancer. Since then, every day had been a mix of work, parenting, and exhaustion. But no matter how tired he felt, Daniel made it a point to smile for Lily every morning, because she was his reason to keep going. That's when he first saw her. A young woman, maybe in her late 20s, standing near the same crosswalk every morning, clutching a worn leather bag, her eyes always downcast. Sometimes she seemed lost, sometimes late, and sometimes just sad. Daniel noticed her when he stopped at the red light one morning. She dropped her papers, dozens of them, and without thinking, Daniel parked his truck, told Lily to wait, and ran out to help her gather them up. "Thank you," she had said softly, brushing her hair behind her ear, her eyes red as if she hadn't slept. "No problem," Daniel replied with a smile. "You look like you could use a coffee. There's a cafe right across the street." She smiled faintly. "Maybe next time." That next time came sooner than he expected. Every morning after that, Daniel would see her again, standing at the same corner, always in a rush, always looking tired. Her name, he later learned, was Sarah Miller. She worked at a nearby hospital as a nurse and was often coming off long night shifts. Sometimes she forgot her umbrella, sometimes her car broke down, sometimes she simply needed a few kind words, and Daniel was always there. He'd hand her a cup of coffee, or hold an umbrella over her head when it rained, or give her a quick lift to the hospital when she was running late. At first, it was just small acts of kindness, things any good person might do. But slowly, a friendship began to form. Lily adored Sarah too. She'd wave from the back seat, sometimes giving her drawings she made during the ride. "Daddy, Sarah looks sad today," she'd whisper once. Daniel had nodded, his heart tightening. He could see it too, that sadness behind Sarah's tired smile. Weeks turned into months. Every morning was almost a ritual, Daniel, Lily, and Sarah crossing paths in the quiet of dawn. There was something healing in those short encounters. Daniel began looking forward to them, even if he didn't admit it to himself. Then, one morning, Sarah wasn't there. 2 days passed. Then 3. Daniel found himself scanning the crosswalk every morning, his heart sinking when he didn't see her face. Finally, on the 4th morning, she appeared again, pale, eyes swollen, her usual spark completely gone. "Hey, Sarah," Daniel greeted gently. "You okay? Haven't seen you in a few days." She tried to smile but failed. "Rough week," she whispered. He didn't press. He just offered her a warm coffee cup, which she took with shaking hands. "Thank you," she murmured. That morning, as he drove away, Daniel couldn't shake the worry. Something about her seemed broken, beyond tired, beyond sad. He thought about how many times she'd helped others at the hospital, how many lives she might have saved, and how nobody might be there to help her. But life has a strange way of connecting dots you never see coming. One morning, months later, as winter crept in and snow lined the sidewalks, Sarah showed up again, this time with a brightness in her eyes Daniel hadn't seen before. She waved at him excitedly, and before he could even get out of the truck, she walked straight up and said the words that froze him completely. "Daniel, you saved my life once." He blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" She took a deep breath, tears glimmering. "The morning you stopped and helped me with my papers, that day, I was on my way to end things. I'd lost my mother, my job was overwhelming, and I felt completely alone. But when you stopped, when you smiled, and treated me like I mattered, something changed. I thought, maybe, just maybe, I wasn't invisible. You didn't know it, but you gave me a reason to show up the next morning." Daniel stood there speechless. His throat tightened, his heart pounding. He'd always believed he was just doing what anyone decent would, helping someone in need. But now, standing in the cold morning light, he realized that a few seconds of kindness had literally changed a life. He hugged her gently, his own eyes wet. "I didn't save you, Sarah," he said softly. "You saved yourself. I just reminded you that the world still has people who care." From that day forward, their bond deepened. Sarah became part of Daniel and Lily's small world. They'd share breakfast on weekends, laugh at Lily's jokes, and even visit the park together. Daniel found himself smiling again, not the forced kind, but real, peaceful smiles. Over time, what began as friendship grew into something deeper, something neither of them had expected nor planned. Two people, both broken in their own ways, found healing in each other's company years later. As they stood together watching Lily graduate high school, Sarah whispered, "It's strange, isn't it? How life brings people together at the exact moment they need each other the most." Daniel smiled, squeezing her hand. "Maybe that's what love really is," he said. "Not about grand gestures, but about being there, quietly, when someone needs you most." And if you're watching this right now, maybe this is your reminder too, that your smallest kindness might be the reason someone chooses hope over despair. So if this story touched your heart, hit the like button, share it with someone who believes in kindness, and don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that remind us what it means to be human. Because sometimes, one simple act can change everything.